Temperatures today were very warm, so if you wanted to get outside and do some bird spotting, it wasn't the worst day to do so. 5th day in a row in Cedar Rapids where we have hit at least 85 degrees, and that is climbing up the list now of the longest streaks of this type of warm weather during the season of fall. Only one more day to go if we want to tie the record longest at 6 days a couple of times in history, most recently in 2017. Now, our Solon City Cam shows a picture that does involve more clouds today than it did yesterday. Temperatures were not affected, though, by these clouds. 88 degrees in Solon, 86 in Cedar Rapids, dew points in the low to mid 50s. Around our storm net in Johnson County in the Iowa City metro specifically, some low 90s showing up in a few spots. Walter Roofing right at 90 degrees, Kirkwood Court at 91. So certainly plenty warm, but with those low dew points, it was pretty reasonable in terms of how it felt. Your first alert, no precipitation within the next 24 hours. Partly cloudy skies will be the worst we'll have to deal with. Your first alert forecast overnight calls for 58 in Fayette, same in Cedar Rapids. It's about where we were last night, maybe a couple degrees warmer. Tomorrow will actually be a couple degrees cooler. And so with a projected high of 84 degrees in Cedar Rapids, we may end that streak at 5 days. We'll have to see. It would take a very small miss of 1 degree to keep it going, and then it's likely going to go a few days more after that. Pinpoint Futurecast shows clouds that have been around. Again, they are thin enough that sunlight is still getting through, and tonight they're not going to really impact our weather all that much. Thicker clouds staying off to our west, and they will be a little bit of a factor tomorrow. That's part of the reason why we're going to see that slight decline in temperatures. Another reason, we will have been experiencing easterly winds for a while by then. That's going to pull in a slightly cooler air mass from the east. Now we're talking very small margins here, and so even a small shift back towards southerly winds by late Wednesday night into Thursday means we're going to see warm air return. So there's that difference. Today to tomorrow, you can see a little bit more green getting involved here in eastern Iowa, but we really do reverse the trend in time for Thursday into Friday. But you can see a little bulge of warmth here in the Dakotas ahead of what will be a cold front moving in. That approaches the area later this weekend, and behind it, significantly cooler air now appearing a bit more likely, and so we are seeing our temperatures trend a bit cooler for the middle of next week. Now with that front, when it runs into that warmer and by then somewhat more humid air, we will have the chance for some showers and storms. That possibility will be there Sunday night into at least portions of Monday, and still carrying into portions of Tuesday too, at least as a chance. Now at this point, we have seen some of those trends also show a bit of a increase in speed for that system. So we may end up with a little bit less time involved with a chance for precipitation and more time perhaps involved with comfortable temperatures. After that front moves through, we're going to go from the mid and upper 80s to just the upper 60s to low 70s. Overnight lows back into the 40s, well, perhaps for at least one night. That will be something of a change of pace.